Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal. Just joining you for another one of my videos. Got a bit of a news update for you regarding Eddie Nketiah that I wanted to discuss and just go over following his red card last night during the 1-1 draw with Leicester. Plus, just go over a couple of today's transfer rumours that are doing the rounds involving a couple of potential Arsenal exits, just to give my take on those. First of all, thank you very much for all the support I continue to get on this channel, and for new subscribers. If you are new, hello, welcome. I will do my best to keep you as informed as I can on all things Arsenal as the end of this season progresses and then into the summer and next season. And for all you old subscribers out there, thank you once again for all your support. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're coming across this for the first time, then please do hit that button down there. Hopefully you won't be too disappointed. I won't talk too much about last night's game. Obviously you've probably seen my video that I posted from the Emirates last night, my player ratings, and I discussed my thoughts on that already, so I'm not going to go over it too much. But one of the big talking points to come from last night's game was obviously the red card. Crucial moment in the game. Eddie Nketiah sent off on, I think it was about 75 minutes, wasn't it? It was 4 minutes after he'd come on to replace Alexander Lacazette, and he got himself sent off for a high challenge. Initially only shown a yellow card by referee Christopher Kavanagh, but then after Kavanagh reviewed it on the pitch side monitor, the VAR monitor, he gave Eddie a red card. Sent him off, and Arsenal went on to give away the lead they had since first half for Aubameyang's goal when Jamie Vardy equalised 4 minutes from the end of the regular 90 minutes. Obviously disappointing for Arsenal. We spoke to Mikel Arteta after the game. He was not a happy man, you could tell. Could see him when we were sitting in the press box waiting to talk to him, because we do our press conference with him via Zoom. Basically, we don't leave our seats, unlike before lockdown and before coronavirus. We used to disappear into the press conference room in the Emirates to wait for him. Now we have to stay in our seats in the stadium. We do it all on a Zoom conference, but we can see him. Arteta, he goes down in front of us on the pitch side. He talks to all the broadcast media. He talks to Sky, and the foreign media that are here, talks to BBC, TalkSport, and you could see him going from one to one, and you could see how angry he was just talking. So you knew he was going to say something pretty interesting when he got up and got to us, and he did. Obviously, wasn't happy with Nketiah, and now today with the Nketiah decision, said that he felt it wasn't a red card, and he also said that Vardy should have been sent off. If Eddie was sent off, then Vardy should have been sent off for his challenge on Mustafi in the first half. And now today, I've learned that Arsenal have appealed the red card shown to Eddie Nketiah. So they're submitting an appeal to the Football Association. It's a twofold appeal. They've basically appealed on wrongful dismissal, so an appeal saying they don't believe Nketiah should have been sent off at all. So they've appealed on that grounds, but they've also appealed on the grounds of excessive punishment, and that is because if the first appeal is basically thrown out by the FA and they stick with the red card judgment, then Arsenal got a second appeal in for excessive punishment, where they are hoping to at least get the ban reduced, because at the moment he's going to get a 3-match ban, and Arsenal believe that is a bit harsh and it should at least get reduced, if not overturned completely. At the moment, Eddie stands to miss Tottenham at the weekend, then Liverpool, and then the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. If all 3 games are upheld, the matches it'll miss. Arsenal obviously trying to get him off all of those, but if not, at least 1 or 2 of them. Personally, I think it was a red card. I can see what Arsenal are saying, sort of, and I can certainly see what they're saying about the Vardy one. The more you look at the Vardy one, the more dodgy it looks. Just a really weird way for him to lash out with his foot like that when he was falling. Didn't look like a natural movement. But in terms of Eddie, I can't see them getting off this one. I thought it was a high challenge. He didn't mean it. He wasn't looking. I'm not sure he even knew the player was there. He just saw the ball coming over his shoulder, but it was high. It was dangerous. Could have caused injury. When it was slowed down and you look at it on the replay, it looks even worse as well. So I wasn't surprised the red card was shown last night after they looked at it on VAR, and I would be very surprised if Arsenal get it overturned. But we'll find out fairly soon, because the FA have got a fast-track system in place. So the appeal will be heard soon. Obviously, Arsenal want to know the outcome of the appeal before the Tottenham game at the weekend. So I imagine we'll probably find out on Thursday or Friday whether Arsenal have been successful in that appeal. But in terms of my opinion on it, I don't think they will be. I think Eddie will end up still serving that 3-match ban. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. And please do head over to goal.com as well. The full story on the whole Nketiah appeal is up there as well. You can read all that, plus all the reaction to last night's game. I've got an interview with Kieran Tierney up there, speaking after last night's game, saying really good things about Mikel Arteta, although he was disappointed with not getting the win last night, Tierney, he said it was just another sign of the positive steps that they're making under Arteta. He says Arteta's brilliant and all the players love working under him and have total belief in him, which was good to hear from Tierney. Obviously very much looking forward to his first North London derby this weekend. So head over to Goal, you'll find all that content and more on Goal. Please do, or head over to my social media feed on Twitter at Charles_Watson. I've posted all the links to the stories as well. A couple of transfer rumours doing rounds today that I'd quickly thought I'd pop on and talk to you about. The first one involving Matteo Guendouzi. Now, we know with Guendouzi, he's still not involved. Obviously, he wasn't in the squad again last night. Hasn't been training with the first team since the incident at Brighton. Obviously, had the incident at Brighton. He hasn't taken the opportunity to apologise. Not so much for the Brighton incident, because as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure that's what Mikel Arteta is really annoyed about. It's more about his reaction to it and his reaction to the talks that he's had with Arsenal regarding the incident. And Arsenal aren't too happy with the sort of attitude that Guendouzi's shown. He still hasn't apologised for the attitude that he's shown. So he's not been in the squad, and that hasn't changed anytime soon. Now, Guendouzi is being linked today. In fact, it was actually yesterday in the print version of L'Équipe, the French publication, linked Guendouzi with Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. And the report said that Barcelona were the more advanced of the three with Guendouzi, and they were talking about a £36 million price tag. Now, I've spoken to someone I know very well over in Barcelona, and he was surprised to hear this. And it's not being spoken about over there. So I'm certainly not doubting L'Équipe. I mean, a very, very trustworthy publication. But in terms of Barcelona and Guendouzi at the moment, I've heard nothing to back up any of that sort of report that he could be on Barca's radar. For me, what I've been told about Barcelona's plans, very much Aubameyang might end up being it, but for now, all their focus in the transfer market is on Martinez over at Inter Milan. If that proves impossible, then Aubameyang may well come onto their agenda as a sort of backup option to improving the forward line. We'll have to wait and see on that. But in terms of Guendouzi, I haven't heard anything to suggest that he could well be on Barca's radar. The Atletico Madrid link there is obviously an interesting one that L'Équipe are reporting. We all know who Arsenal want at Atletico. I'm not going to go over that again because I always do. Thomas Partey. Is there a swap deal to be done there? It's one that, on the face of it, makes perfect sense if Atletico really are interested in Guendouzi. But as far as I'm aware, I'm not too sure on that one. It sounds like a pretty easy link to make, given the Thomas Partey interest from Arsenal. And the last one, Hector Bellerin, being linked with a move away again. Sevilla said to be interested in him. Hector's an interesting one. He's still... Obviously, Cedric's come in. He's got his 4-year contract. Was rested last night against Leicester, but I expect him to come back into contention for the game on Sunday. May well even start against Tottenham on Sunday. Now, I think Arsenal got a big decision to make with Hector Bellerin. If there is interest in him coming in this summer, he's still got a few years left on his contract, so Arsenal are in a good position with him, and they need to raise some funds, and maybe they are looking at Hector now. It'd be hard. He's vice captain. He's a key figure at the club. Been here a long, long time, but you still look at Hector, and I looked at him again last night, and he just feels he's way, way off what he was before his injury. Now, is it too soon to cast him aside and think he's not going to come back to that pre-injury form? Probably. We know how serious cruciate ligament injuries are. But I think if an offer came in for Hector this summer, it would be really interesting if Arsenal decide that maybe it's best to move him on now. He's in his mid-20s, he's had a serious injury, he's got a few years left on his contract. If Arsenal are going to sell, this may well be a good time for them to do it. So that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. I haven't heard anything myself about Hector possibly leaving. I know he loves London. Like I said, he's vice-captain. He's a very, very popular figure in the dressing room. And whether he'd be interested in a move to Sevilla, I'm not so sure. I think if he was going to go somewhere, it may well be a club with slightly higher aspirations than Sevilla. But that's one to keep an eye on over the summer. Short video, that's it for today. Thought I'd just quickly pop on and update you mainly on the Nketiah situation. And please do stay tuned to goal.com and my social media channels for developing news from Arsenal throughout the week, and as soon as I hear anything about the appeal verdict on Nketiah, I'll put it out straight away. So until then, everyone, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week.